Welcome to another episode of
RyCanTopMyKnee. Nene Chicago?
Nene Lanithia.
รายการต่อไปนี้
I'm Jonathan.
And I am Kevin. And we are a Boys Love podcast that focuses on our favorite shows and all the press and mess around them. So we're actually in Chicago together.
Yes, we are. Look at us.
We
have a new background every single episode.
Which is fine. At least you get to see us.
True.
Because you could not.
But
a
lot of people saw us.
A lot of people saw us because we had our event with Boys Love upon the reset. How do you think of the turnout, the vibes? What do you think?
I'm so glad that we actually had a really good turnout yesterday.
We did.
We had 36 people show up.
We did.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yes.
We really didn't know what we were going to expect in Chicago. And this is also our first time putting on any kind of event.
Yeah, an event for other BL fans to mix mingle, meet other people. Mm-hmm. It was nice to hear that a lot of people had said, oh, we really were happy to see a lot of new faces, because I don't think most of the people knew each other.
No, I recognize some people from some fan meets, but
right.
There are some local Chicago people. There's some people that flew in for this.
There was someone who flew in from Ireland.
I know.
Yeah, which is wild. Not necessarily for our event.
Yeah.
Because this, was the pre-party to the bigger event, which was across the pond.
Yes.
Yeah.
By
Starstruck, yes. And we're really excited for those who are actually at the actual dates.
At the dates.
Yeah, which we saw the first one. There had to have been maybe 40-something people in that room.
It was
big. Looked pretty big.
It looked packed. It looked a full house. I think it sold out.
Yeah, it did. All of them sold out.
Yeah.
So
those Pawn was looking good. He was looking cute.
Yes. And the word on the street is they were teaching him how to
clock it, mama. I was like,
yeah, that's a little weird.
All right,
but okay, do what you need to do, I guess.
In New York, they'll be like, yours.
Right.
Come on, yours.
And then here they wanted to tell him how to clock it. So, anyway.
Something to take home, Something to take home.
He's going to take home pottery and tiles and maybe cookies.
And maybe an STD.
I didn't say it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I didn't say that.
Usually
I'm the one who says stuff like that, but I didn't say it this time.
When the boys come to America, they can let loose. They can get wild.
They're doing it in Thailand too, though.
You're right. It's Pride Month, though.
Yes, it is.
Be who you are.
Yes. Happy Pride.
A happy Pride. Oh yeah, I forgot to show. Look at the freebie bag.
Yes.
Well, if you were attending, you got to get a little goodie bag from us. It comes with cute little bookmarks that I designed.
Yes.
It comes
all of the graphic work was 99.99% Jonathan.
Yes. Look how cute this is. This is so cute.
Yes, it is cute. It is really cute. If you want a postcard, let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
Maybe we might send you one.
Yeah.
Well, we can arrange that. Actually, better yet, because we don't want you putting your address in the comment section. You can email us or DM us.
Yeah.
Yes. And our email, it'll be right on the screen. And it's RyCanTopMyKnee@gmail.com for those of you who are only listening. Mm-hmm. Before we even get to the next of that stuff, why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe so then you can see when we have updates and all of that mess and press, and maybe even get a little crunchy wig to put on while you're doing it.
Oh, that wig.
Adam wig. And that wig. Adam did the damn thing, though, with that wig. Once that wig was on, he was a completely different person.
He transformed fully into character. Fully.
Yeah, that wig did not slide off his head, but he did, as in his words, not mine. When the event was over, he pulled an Annalise Keating and the wig came off. He was tired. And his head was hot because it was kind of warm in there. That's what happens when you have a lot of people in a small space. The heat gets up, everybody hot. We had the air at 64 degrees
I
Fahrenheit.
know,
And
but
it was still,
it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. It could have
The
been worse.
Wi-Fi was tripping you up, though. I was like, ooh, this
The
Kahoot
Wi-Fi
getting a
was
little
not
messy.
being nice.
So sorry if the Kahoot
Yeah.
was a little crunchy.
But, however, we had a good time.
There wasn't a Wi-Fi, so the hotspot was crunchy.
Yes. When people had asked for Wi-Fi, and I was like, they really don't have it. And we had to use a hotspot, and it worked for what we needed it to do.
It tried its best.
But it tried its best, you know.
Yeah.
We have to also give a special shout out to Goblin
Market, because it's a beautiful space.
It is a beautiful space. We had a really, really good time there. Daniel and the rest of his team staff were just incredible and hospitable from the moment we walked through the door to the moment we left. They were also Daniel was extremely instrumental from the beginning as well too when we started planning the event. So we got to thank them. We also got to make sure we give our thanks to QL in the City.
Of course, QL in the City, they helped plan.
They were
this
the one who
event with
did
us.
They made the Kahoot.
They made the Kahoot, build a
BL, yeah, all of the game kind of stuff. That was their contribution, and they were a big part of making sure that everything went as smoothly as it could, even though no one from that team could physically be there because honestly, they have an event that's coming up. So they're doing a lot.
New York is big for Pride, so
yes, there's a lot going on, and of course, our co-hosts were BLBL. Boys Love, Boys Love.
Boys Love.
Now, Adam in that wig, that was probably one of the
my
biggest
God.
contributions ever. But there was a lot going on with that too. They're here in Chicago, so a
They're
lot of
based
the
in Chicago,
logistical things when it came to like getting the snacks and all of that, they were the ones to be able to accrue all of that stuff. So, you know, we got a lot of
it was a community effort.
It was a community
so I'm really
effort.
glad that
And-
we made this BL community.
Right.
It's so nice.
And that's exactly what it was about. Like we were, it's the whole goal. The reason why it was so collaborative is QL in the City, Boys Love, and us, and Goblin Market,
and Miss Goblin.
Yeah,
yes.
we're all trying to do is build community amongst queer folk, you know, and people who love queer media, and that's what we're trying to do. So for all of you who are able to show up, thank you so much. There is another event, which when you hear this, that event would have passed too.
Yeah.
But our girl T has an event
hope
happening.
to see that T's event as
right.
well.
So you'll probably see us. Since today is Tuesday, as you're listening, hopefully you're listening and be like, oh yeah, I did see y'all on Saturday, you know, or you were actually at our event on Friday, you know. So we're hoping that we get to connect with y'all in person at other fan meets, and also just y'all by listening to our podcast. Anywho, with all of that said, there's some mess we got to get to. After we cleaned up the mess at Goblin Market, which we didn't leave that much of a mess.
Yeah.
There's mess that we can't clean up on Word on the Tweet.
Word on the tweet, Kevin. So word on the tweet. Okay. There's been a rumor going around. Oh my God. There's been this rumor on Twitter that there's a BL couple that's, you know, having a concert soon and they are like fed up with each other and want to split up. So they're like trying to get out of it and contact the organizers. And everyone's like naming names. Everyone's like, oh my God, it's BP. It's BP. It's Bilkin PP. It is, you know, a Dumandi couple. It's a GMMTV couple. Like, we don't know who it is. And also, like, we don't know how legit this claim is. Like, this is just a tweet. This person has, like, no credibility.
So it's someone
like,
who
nothing.
could be creating chaos for no reason.
It literally could just be a troll online that wanted the views, wanted the engagement, wanted the clicks. So I don't believe shit. On this word on the tweet.
I don't either.
But we love some good gossip. So.
We do. I think it definitely has the whole BL community in kind of a little tizzy because now everyone's like, who are they talking about? All of that. So I'm hoping this person is not just an agent of chaos.
But they probably are. 99% they are.
Yeah, and that's
for sure.
Even worse because now you're just tweeting stuff to create drama. And that's just stupid and low.
People just like being messy.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, or like plotting on people's downfalls.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be, like a popular ship that is breaking up. But, like, why are we always plotting on someone's downfall?
Plotting
oh my
and
God.
scheming. Devising and scheming. Lord.
Devising and scheming.
Anyway, what else is happening?
Speaking of devising and scheming, so Girl Rules just ended. This show has been very controversial, maybe. So remember before the show aired, people were like, "Where is this show? Where is this show? Why is it taking forever to come out?" And then they were like attacking JoJo online for being like, "Where is the show? Like, this is your fault. Like, you little gay." And they were like throwing slurs at him, as if he can control the like GMMTV release process or anything.
Yeah, I remember that, and it was very stupid on their part.
And then it came out like a week later, so like all that, and you couldn't wait one more week. So that was messy. But now the show is over, and people have some thoughts.
Okay.
Like, I think some people liked it, and then a lot of people did not like it, and they like hated it from the OST. They hated it from just the plot lines, what they did to certain characters, how they changed stuff from the book or something. I don't know. But again, they started attacking JoJo online, being like, you should have never touched, a GL. You should have had done this. Oh my God. You should go be a housewife. Like, never direct anything again. And I'm like, how are you trying to like promote GL and uplift lesbian content while shitting on a gay man and using like misogynistic behavior, telling him to go be a housewife, go stay in the kitchen or whatever. Like, what is going on?
So there is a website that I like to refer to called BetterHelp.com.
Oh, not sponsored. BetterHelp.com/RyCanTopMyKnee.
Right.
Use code
And I think some people need to, type, the address and figure out someone to talk to. Because
also touching grass.
Because
lay outside.
Because if you are that upset, like, I feel as if there are some people within the community who just like to be mad. And if you like to be angry all the time, maybe you need to seek therapy. Maybe you need a life coach. Maybe
we need more life coaches.
Yeah,
bring back the life coach era.
You just need to take a nap, or maybe an injection could help.
What kind of injection?
Well, some people need one that
a suppository.
Some people need one that might include a white fluid. Other people might need the one that includes medication. Okay. So,
anyways,
but I feel as if there are people who seriously need some help. Because
I feel if you don't like a show, you can not like a show. You don't have to start attacking directors with really hateful comments during Pride Month.
Yeah.
During Pride Month.
And being homophobic during Pride Month is some crazy work.
Why are we attacking our own community?
It's very crazy. Yeah. So
like maybe the show could have been better, but I don't know. Like we don't know what was his fault, what was GMMTV's fault,
and more than likely it was GMMTV.
Yeah.
More than likely, because I've said it last week, and I will continue saying this until GMMTV changes its ways. It is the Disney of BL, and also the Disney of GL, it seems. And they tend to be their own worst enemy. Almost always. So y'all, as Jonathan said, touch some grass. And as I said before, touch your ass. Ooh. Anyway, what else is happening?
And speaking of touching ass, did you see that Make It Right is having a 2026 remake?
Some things can stay in 2015.
Oh, I never saw the original though.
I did, and
but was it problematic? There was problematic elements, probably.
Oh, absolutely. So this was when you had a young Ohm playing a high school teenager, and he actually at the time was the age of his character. Teenager. Yeah, he was, I believe, 15 or 16 at the time.
Everyone was young. It had young.
It had Peak.
It had Peak. It had Ohm. It had. Didn't it have what's his name? Also from GMM TV.
There were a few others.
Yeah.
But Ohm was playing a character that was bi and sleeping with 40-year-old aunties.
For money?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yikes on bikes. It was
Was he? So he was selling his body for education, like for school.
I forgot exactly the reason why, because it's been a long time since
Girl,
I've seen that
Lord,
show.
make it right.
But yeah,
Make it right. 'Cause
but
there's some
definitely,
wrongs.
y'all in the comments, if you remember watching the show and you remember why Ohm was, going around with older aunties, let us know.
Let us know. I do wanna go back and watch that show. Maybe I'll binge it. Because I do want to see Peak in his baby form. I want to see him act in his right, because that was probably his first BL.
It may have been. I'm not 100% sure.
In his
but
old
yeah.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was 11 years ago, which is wild.
Oof.
So a lot
But
of
yeah,
change.
it's the era of like remakes. Like we had Lovesick that had a remake. We're having Make It Right. Like what other old BL is gonna get a remake?
You know what?
Maybe Sodas is gonna have a remake. That's crazy.
I hope not. But so I was having this conversation. This is regarding a movie that you're not going to watch, but I'm going to land the plane. Okay. So I saw a few days ago, I saw Backrooms. I know you're
Okay.
not going to see it because you don't do stuff like that.
Back rolls.
Backrooms. Now, we've seen back rolls, but I'm talking about Backrooms. And so Backrooms and Obsession are the two highest grossing horror movies currently. And I think they've even taken over they've even smashed box office records for their opening weekend. And people are saying the reason behind it is, first of all, the directors are Gen Z for both of them. Secondly,
It's an A24 film, right?
Backrooms is, yes. Secondly, both of those films are from internet lore in some way and actually have more to do with what people are experiencing in some ways, opposed to there was an era that a lot of horror movies were either remakes or sequels, right? And it's gotten, now the message to Hollywood is sending is,
There's a new era of like spooky.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's a new era of spooky. There's a new era of let's not do remakes of movies from 30 years ago that were successful 30 years ago for now, because now the audience is different and wants something different.
They're scared of different things now. There's different fears. There's
Like
different
now,
horrors.
people are scared of paying rent. That's a very different experience.
People are scared
now.
of liminal
People are
spaces.
scared of buying a house. People are not scared of slashers anymore. Like someone said this well, people are not scared of home break-ins anymore because people don't own homes anymore.
Because girl, take it.
Yeah.
What do I own? Take
yeah,
it.
I don't own it. So you could do what you want to do. So in regard to BL,
And no one picks up the phone anymore. And
you can't call me and scare me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to pick up the phone. But what you can do for BL is you can go ahead and do some original stories. You don't have to do the same format for high school and university BLs anymore. We know the BL that was most successful last year was Kimjira, which was neither a university or high school BL. It was
a little university, but they didn't go to school. They did not go to
it was
school.
highly, highly rooted in the supernatural and reincarnation and stuff like that. And that was the best one from last year. Even Revenge Love for a Chinese BL, again, not high school, not university. It's telling you something. We don't need to have so many of these anymore.
Unless
and if you're going to do it, you got to do something very different.
You got to do it like Jail Boys, where it's like it's so modern day. It's so on the
or even
today's culture.
Right. You got to do it in a way that makes sense for what people can relate
For what the
to.
world is. Yeah, the world is now.
Yeah.
You can't do not me shading Forever You, but like Forever You felt
very 2019.
It felt very 2019. Like, oh, we're still in the same formula of like.
Yeah.
But I mean, some people love it. Like, you can love the couples, but like, I just couldn't get into the college freshman year aspect. Then I'm like,
because
okay,
it's the same stuff. And
I've seen
also,
this
people
before.
had complaints with Kuhart, who is 30, playing someone who was 20.
We love you, Kuhart,
I mean,
sister. We love you, sister.
He does look like he could be 20, so I'll give him that. Because I mean, great skincare.
But we'd
great
love
genes.
to see her in a new, like, an adult. in like a burnout syndrome, like
Yeah,
Gunn was
if
in,
Gunn
or like
is 32 and still looks like he's 22 and can play someone who is 32, so can you, Kuhart.
maybe
It's
we'll see it in the
okay.
future. We'll see it in the future.
Maybe we'll see it. But my point is that I was making, I'm very apprehensive about a remake of Make It Right. Some things can just stay in their era and can be fine in the context of the time in which
Because
it
they
was
might
made.
make it wrong. They might
Right.
make it wrong.
So, will I watch it? Maybe. But I'm not looking for nostalgia in that way. So, I'll leave it at that. So, with all of that said, let's get to our shows of the week.
Let's do it.
So, Jonathan, what is your show this week?
My show is kind of gaggy. This is kind of gaggy. Because I know I was shitting on this weeks ago.
This is why you don't shit on things you don't know.
Listen. I didn't think I was going to like this. Because I still haven't finished High School Frenemies.
Which
But
you still need to finish.
I did start Woo. And I'm all caught up now. Because this show was low-key kind of good. I don't know. It's really good.
I told you.
Maybe I just really like supernatural shows. Like,
But it's also well done.
Of course, they put so much money into this. It better be well done.
Right. That's what happened. No, what? I'm going to leave that show alone today.
Because he gonna send a cease and desist soon. Watch.
He can.
A certain broad-shouldered boy. Man.
He can. He can do whatever he want to do.
Oh, my. But woo.
Dunkaroo.
Woo. Sorry, headphone users. Woo is that girl. Woo did the thing.
Yeah.
We are Woo.
Yeah, and the
we are
rumor
Woo.
the rumor is,
We are
or the thought is that Neuron might be a little.
Oh, that's the thing. Like, there's people are still online fighting tooth and nail to be like, Woo is a queer show, like because Neuron is an outcast and outcasts are quear.
I saw that
in nature.
I saw
in
that
the
tweet.
definition.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. No,
I saw that
no.
and I was like, y'all, that's going a little too deep.
Like, no,
Like,
I
it's
don't,
not that
It's not
serious.
queer just because
Yeah.
the like sub definitions of queer means
Right.
you were outcasted and
Yeah, it's like
ostracized.
y'all added
That's
way too
not-
much gin to the juice.
Like the queer aspect is loving, the same gender, loving outside the norm. And that's what I like. I don't think it's a queer show. I still don't think it's a queer show. But Neuron's character, I feel like there has to be some kind of like maybe he is gay or like questioning or like
he might be a little fruity.
I feel like he's a little fruity because
Yeah.
Pete is straight. I feel like Pete is straight. But Neuron, I feel like, I don't know, you wouldn't do above and beyond for some guy you don't even know without, there has to be like something there, an emotional something. Maybe it's, at the end of the day, it's just community and brotherhood and he's never had a friend.
Right, it could be
best
that.
friend like this before, so he wants something and he's like manifesting it with the soul bonding thing.
Yeah.
And that's probably it. But right now, they're making it seem really like the reason is because
It's a little sus.
the reason is because it's a one-sided a
one-sided
unrequited love kind of thing. And
yeah.
I wouldn't mind if they went that way, like an unrequited
And
love.
actually, I think a lot of people wouldn't mind if they went that way. And then it would make sense to why they were going to put it on Gaga.
Right? That's what I mean. Like the Gaga team, maybe they've seen all 12 episodes.
They're like,
you know?
it's 9.
Like,
but they were like, they're like, oh, so this is gay.
Like there
Or
might
there's
be
a gay character.
There might be a like a confession later on that he gets turned down, but
I mean,
don't know.
I
I
will
don't know.
say for High School Frenemy, there were a lot of I love yous thrown around in later episodes.
well, that was because the original source material is bromance, right?
It's
wanted it to be a bromance.
100% intended to be a bromance.
But like a bromance is, what is a bromance really?
Yeah.
Why is this a bromance? Why?
Because bromances exist.
But I don't know.
Yeah,
the way
they exist.
they're acting though, it's so like the head like gripping the head, being like, "I'm here with you. If you die, I die. Like we are together." And I'm like, "All right, buddy. Oh, okay." But like no one asked for this.
And I also think it's GMMTV not knowing how to make a bromance without it making it a little fruity.
Yeah, maybe that might be it.
Yeah.
That honestly
Yeah.
might be it. That
Yeah.
could be all of it that there
Yeah.
is. But
Anywho,
what's your show of the week?
mine is Payback.
Pay wig?
Oh,
Wig back.
Wiggity, wiggity. Wiggity, wiggity,
Wiggity,
whack.
wiggity, wig.
Oh, Lord. I did not think we would see the pass around wig again. But it went from Adam's head to this show.
Stop. Oh, my God. It really
Like,
did.
and
It really did.
I just, like, the way they plopped this thing on that poor boy.
He had 2 separate wigs in the show. A blonde one.
And the blonde
and
one
then
was not even that bad.
The blonde one was better than
this
the black one, right?
looks like it don't even match his hair color.
It's too long.
It's a little too long. It's dry. Like, all you got to do is spray some
stiff.
water on it. Like,
There's
what
too
are
much
you doing?
hairspray.
Yeah, I don't know what they doing. Like,
Yeah.
it was just so that. Despite that, everything else was great. This was the first episode. I love the direction it's going. I do enjoy a show that's a little darker.
It's about revenge.
It's
and,
about
like,
revenge. Already in the first episode, like 2 people died. So, you know, there's gang violence. There's, you know, violent debt collectors. So, like the loan sharks, pretty much. It's overall intriguing to where the story is going, and I'm looking forward to the next episode.
There's
Definitely
lots of cameos.
lots of cameos.
A lot of familiar faces, I'll say. Like,
Yeah.
Already the main character, Min, he is, well, his real name is Min. Because I remember him from Boys Planet. He was on Boys Planet.
Yes.
It's another, like, survival show. He's also, like, friends with Drake that used to be in Jim MTV. And then we saw, who else from Beyond Cloud is in this show? We see Fu Eyes is playing, like, the Ets in the show. Messy.
Yes. So
And then on the opening credits, I saw that Boss and Max are going to be in the show, too.
yes.
So I was like, oh, I didn't know there was
and I don't think we
Jumanji.
necessarily saw them in the first episode.
They're not in the
yet.
first episode.
Yeah. So
But
yeah.
they're going to be there later on. But I was like, oh, I didn't know they had the time.
Yeah, yeah, but I guess they do. So I'm intrigued to see where the show is going to continue. Hopefully, it does not flop. It's starting off strong, so I'm hoping the momentum continues.
A lot of
We'll
people
see.
really love the source material, the like novel, or the webtoon or whatever. But so I think it's high expectations, and I still don't know. I didn't verify. Let us know. Is this like a book by Salmon?
I don't
You know the one that did like Spare Me Your Mercy and
yes.
and
Manner of Death.
Manner of Death.
Yes, yeah.
Like I keep seeing her tweet
I
about it,
believe
but I don't know.
Petrichor too.
Yeah, like did she
Yeah.
write this?
Maybe. We'll see. Well, I feel as if with Salmon, there's always some medical aspect somewhere in it. So maybe, because this one kind of has a little bit, but I feel as if that's
Or maybe
just-
this is like a new universe she's doing. Because that one's like it's all like hospital related, like triage and all of them. They're all,
Yeah, there's always some kind of element with the doctor and crime. This one, there's crime, but it's not. I don't think it's.
But
related
where's
to
the
any
nurse?
Doctor? Like we saw,
Yeah.
there was a hospital scene, a few of them for sure at the beginning, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that was mainly to, I think, ignite the revenge. Yeah.
and does he? Ooh, he better get revenge. 'Cause
Yeah, I think
they did him dirty.
He was
in the
definitely done dirty, definitely. But you know what else was done dirty?
show. Who?
Some shows that just ended.
I agree. Let's get to it. I agree.
So we have 2 shows that ended. One of them I've not seen, and one of them I've not finished. Girls Rule, I have not finished.
Okay, me neither. I'm
Yeah.
stuck on like episode 6.
Same. So that's where I'm at. But the other one that I believe you finished
I did.
is Wishing Upon the Shooting Stars. How was it?
This is a Taiwanese BL. You didn't watch this at all?
I didn't start it at all.
Kevin.
I have a lot of shows on my roster, and also Kevin is very busy.
I know.
As you know, I am in high demand. Patrick and I, by the way, shout out to Patrick.
Shout out to Patrick.
Yeah, I have told Patrick and I the reason why we are friends is because we both lead similar lives. He just leads the white version of my life.
Oh my god! Come on, black and white cookie. Come on.
But anyway,
This show, It's an interesting premise. I enjoyed the first couple episodes, but then the middle got a little too messy, dragged out,
Oh no.
and then the end was just trash. They just kind of wrapped everything up quickly in like a pretty little bow, but it didn't really make sense.
Not them GMMTV and themselves.
I just wanted more. I wanted more like emotional whatevers with family members, and then I just didn't get the closure that I wanted. I don't know. I'm disappointed, but it's a show. It's a show. I mean, Taiwan loves to promote really, really hot, sexy moments, and you know they do the fan service when they're like kissing and making out on stage and during these interviews. So
They a step away from being naked on stage.
naked, they're groping each other on stage. It's crazy. Like, you saw that booty grab? I posted the booty grab. Crazy.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Ooh.
Anyway, we do have some new shows to talk about.
Okay.
So actually, there's only one new show, and it is Fix the Error. This is a Korean show that's coming out Friday, June 12th. It'll be available Fridays on Gaga Ulala. Now, to my understanding with this show, the word on the street is, a little bird told me,
A little bird told me.
that this show is Korean.
Yes. That's amazing.
That's amazing. But no, the show has some boys from His Man.
It has two boys from two different seasons of His Man. We all act. We all act, apparently.
But you know what? I'm intrigued to see if they actually can act, because we've never seen them act before.
I don't. One is so stiff. I'm so sorry. Like Hyunjin. I forgot your name.
Yeah.
Hyunjun, maybe.
Maybe he's stiff as a person, but when he assumes another role, he loosens up.
I don't believe anything's gonna be loosened in this show. Like someone tweeted, like when the guys look so hot and shredded, you know the show about to be ass. And I was like, oh, but they're still gonna watch, and I probably will still watch. But I have no. This is not, no one's winning any awards for this.
Well, let's
I don't
say
think
this.
so. I don't think so.
Beyond Cloud has a lot of guys that are ripped and shredded and can act.
Mama, this is Korea.
Okay. I mean, we know that, what's his name?
Half of these boys just want to
What's
check.
our favorite himbo?
From Korea?
Yeah.
Come on, Wonho.
Yes.
And can Wonho act?
No. But then I will say also,
you would like to see him in a
who did
BL?
act?
Who?
Taecyeon.
All right, this is different.
Yeah, Taecyeon.
Is he shredded? Is he a gymnast?
He is a boxer and he is shredded.
All right, well.
Yeah, he did it. You saw the show.
Some people took some acting classes. You didn't see His Man 4. That show, that season was real bad.
Well, that's why I didn't finish it.
And then it has one boy from His Man 2, Yangi.
Mm-hmm.
The one that David liked.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't
Oh,
reciprocated.
him?
He's in the show. So I'm like, what are these two His Man boys doing in this BL?
Well, like you said, you know what? Money talks.
Money talks.
And talk is cheap. Anywho.
And the talk. Come on.
Anywho. Anywho.
Any hoodle.
We do need to talk about a show that has me eating, and you keep wanting to eat since we've been here in Chicago. Me too, though. But we're going to eat cute.
We are going to eat cute.
So I finally finished Eat Cute, Jonathan. Finally finished.
Finally.
As of 45 minutes ago.
It's very short. The whole thing is out. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
5 episodes.
And I have thoughts. You have thoughts. And I have THOTS.
And I have
well.
stickers.
Oh, yeah, that's cute. Are you going to eat it to eat cute?
No. I'm a be cute. Let's keep it cute.
Let's keep it cute.
Let's keep it cute.
So what is the show about and who are the characters in the show?
Okay, so this show is Boys That Boys Love. We talk about the Ampliverse. This is their first BL, like self-made BL. That is written and produced by like Adam and RJ.
Yes.
Featuring these two boys. So one is Justin, and Justin is a YouTuber who does food content, food reviews. And the other is Kyle, and Kyle is a chef at this local Chicago Filipino restaurant called Pinoy Tasty. And then the third character is, of course, Miss Tasty herself, the owner.
Messy lady.
Messy. I loved her. She's my MVP of the show.
Yes.
I loved her in the show. So it's really only those three characters. But it's a really short, cute little mini series.
Yes.
It very much reminded me of like 2020 BL. Like how I found BL was through Filipino.
Yeah, your first one was a
YouTube
Filipino BL.
Yeah.
I would say, generally speaking, I like the show. The first episode did not pull me in the way I wanted to, but the second episode definitely had me intrigued.
You saw those cameos, all those cameos.
Yes, I saw the cameos from people that we know within the BL space. So Jovi, I'm spoiling.
Oh.
I'm not gonna say more.
Go watch the show. Go watch the show.
But I really liked the story. It was an easy story to understand. I thought the acting was fine. I believe that my favorite episodes were 2 through 4. The last
I think your favorite was 3, right? When they were getting messy in the house.
Oh, with the lumpia?
No, episode 3 was the house party. The house party.
Tasty Miss Tasty.
Again.
She was drunk by the time Justin got to the house.
Yes.
She was already drunk. She was
acting up.
Yeah, acting up. And she was going ahead trying to be Miss Matchmaker once again. And she was somewhat successful.
She's my MVP.
Yeah.
She's so good. The actress is so good.
Yeah, she was doing a lot. But I loved it. You know, also, it's sometimes refreshing to just have a show that is chill. And easy to watch and quick to watch, because we have a lot of shows that take a lot of time to watch.
That are like, too dragged out, or like they go nowhere, or it's just like full of fan service.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I felt about
say the name.
Dwong with You.
How dare you?
I knew you were going to say that. Because I felt as if there were several episodes that just went on way too long and spent way too much time having awkward sex scenes. So, and if they cut all of those out, like, it could have easily been an 8-episode show that would have been extremely effective to watch. But with this show, I would like, if Adam and RJ come across the funds, I would love to see this.
A special episode?
I would like them to remake it bigger and better.
Oh, like this could be like just a pilot.
This could be a pilot
series.
Yeah.
And then if it gets picked up by like iQIYI or Gaga or like
if they could get
original?
the funding, they could definitely make it something that's 6 episodes, maybe 30 minutes each, or maybe an 8-episode thing. Like, I would like to see more of the background of the characters. I would love to see, because from looking at it, and I want to say that I'm not saying this because we know Adam and RJ and we love them. I'm saying this because I actually think there's definitely meat in here.
There's potential in here. Yeah, I mean the show. There's themes of like food and like rediscovering your own culture and like relationship trauma. Like there's deeper themes in here.
Yeah. And even though it has the vibe of like a 2018, 2019 BL, especially episodes 2 through the last one, but the series as a whole has elements that remind me of Joe Boys. To an extent,
Joe Boys.
Yeah, not the sense.
It was very Game Boys to me. It felt very Game Boys,
but in the sense that no one's like painting their nails or anything. But yeah, like Game Boys, like Joe Boys, it has a more current kind of feel to it, where it's focusing on a food influencer, and you're seeing a good chunk of it through the lens of his camera.
Yeah, that was very 2020 BL when it was everything was
Yeah,
on
pandemic.
lockdown,
Yeah.
a pandemic, so they had to find creative
But
ways
remember,
to act.
they did
through
the same
stuff.
with Gel Boys, which was 2025, where parts of it were
We're through
through the lens of one of
through
the
social
characters.
media,
Right.
through social media.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I love that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that.
So I think if they went ahead and were able to, and also what's different from Gel Boys is they're a little older because they're not in school, they're not high school or whatnot. Like, I want to say that it felt like both of the characters might have been early to mid 20s. So,
Yeah.
had just finished college or whatnot, and I would like to see something like that a little more fleshed out with older Gen Z characters. So I think this has potential to be bigger than what it is, with the right support and funding. That's the way I feel.
Let's see it happen. I mean,
Yeah.
I really connected to Justin when he was, talking about like not knowing too much of his culture and like rediscovering his culture through eating the cuisine and like I love how everyone kind of like really, it was so inviting. Everyone was so inviting. The Filipino friend group that was there the restaurant, everyone was so welcoming to include him and like educate him on the culture. I thought that was really cute and like very important.
I think my bias also for this show comes from the fact that it's in Chicago. And, I love Chicago. We're in Chicago right now. And I really think there's a lot of potential to really showcase not just Chicago as a city, because it's a great city, but also really focusing on the Filipino American community in Chicago as well. And one thing that was addressed in the show, slight spoiler, is it's become very trendy to have Filipino food in Chicago. And that's because there's a big restaurant that has lines out the door called Kusama, where they have a lot of Filipino pastries and food and all of that. And when they opened, I think they were so busy they almost couldn't keep up. Good for them, because we love to see people lining up for stuff, especially when it's businesses owned by people of color.
And
we want to see
not like a McDonald's or a Crumble.
Right. Crumble, the cookie that is literally crumbling. But also, too, one thing that was mentioned in the show is how a lot of foods that are non-white American, that's when you're a kid, especially from my generation, not sure if it was yours too, where you're like, if you bring that in for lunch, oh, it's stinky and blah, blah, blah.
What is that?
Yeah, what is that? And then they split their nose up. And sorry, but it's not our fault that we actually like our food to taste like something.
Clock it. As Pon said, clock it.
Right. Like, if we grew up in households where seasoning is central to having food that tastes good, not just putting chicken on a pan and frying it in water and thinking
salt and pepper, mama. No, some people don't put anything.
Don't put anything.
They're like the chicken it tastes like chicken. That's what I want to eat, and I'm like, that's crazy.
It's
crazy.
That is crazy. Could you imagine? Like, this is why I think people hate on vegan food, because the people who are pioneering it within this context are people who don't season their food. But then finally, when you have people who have been doing vegan stuff before it was called vegan coming into the conversation where they actually season the stuff, oh, vegan food can taste good. Well, no shit. It's called actually using the seasoning that you colonized the world to get. And for whatever reason, you refuse to use it.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Anywho, EQ caused me to eat cute.
EQ got me hungry.
Yes. He ate 2 slices of deep dish pizza, like real deep dish.
And I need some more.
Yeah, not like the nonsense he had last year. So, which I'm still going to drag on. But you said that restaurant is closed now, right?
They shut down because of you. They shut down.
Yeah, well,
because of me. I was probably the last customer.
And you probably were like, this is nasty.
And I said,
and then you went on to Yelp, gave them a nasty review under a name. By the way, his Yelp name is... But honestly, I'm so glad that you had something really good, and we're going to eventually have it again before you leave. So, but yeah, I was definitely impressed with this for what it is. I was not going in expecting a lot because it is a web series.
It is self-funded.
It's
Like,
self-funded,
come on.
so there's only so much that I know could be done. But I do feel as if there's potential for this to be bigger, and that is my honest take.
We'll see.
Again, I'm not saying this because we know Adam and RJ. I am saying it because if I didn't know them, I'd probably say the same thing. So, but before we go, quickly, I forgot to look this up, or maybe
Oh
I
my.
didn't.
Oh my.
Ooh, excuse me, I'm burping because the coffee I had earlier, child.
Oh, it got you. It got you bouncing.
It got me bouncing. But I will say that I am very happy that we've had a lot of people really talking.
I mean, if you look at our Instagram, I just put out a conversation that we had on our Instagram about Ticket to Heaven.
Yes.
And we were talking about how we wanted this show, or I said I wish for a show to just be able to speak for itself now. Like, it doesn't have to be marketed as like, this is the ship and this is it's millennials and boomers right here. It like, a show could just be a show for itself and doesn't have to be a whole press tour of a concert and merch and blah blah blah. Like, I do not want to see Gemini 4th do gospel hymns on stage. Like, I don't need to see that. But I know a lot of people
let us adore him.
No, but if you see our comments from that, people were great. On Instagram.
Yes. On Instagram, yes. So we did have some people say some things that were just lovely. Hold on. So last week, we were definitely talking about a lot of things that
I mean, you were talking about holy water, shooting holy water up, but what?
But our main thing was the fans having way too much influence on shows, which ends up ruining the show. And 0201 Brown Girl said, "Thank God someone finally said what I feel all the time. This happens with most GMM TV shows. The way they have promoted me and T was next level, and the fact that the show was average for me. Ooh! There were other dramas for the promotions were not even 10%, but an actual storyline, and everything was good. Like Cat for Cash and June Dunk's thriller drama? What are you referring to, sis?
And that there's unequal treatment in the way they promote shows and couples.
Nothing against the actors, but it's just that instead of focusing on the show, they are nowadays just focusing on fan meet IG promotions and whatnot.
Yes.
Series like Love Siloam, Flower Boy, and It's Winter lately are just superb. Well, I don't know if Flower Boy is superb, but Love Siloam is.
Flower Boy is getting up there, yes.
Anyway.
It's zooding. I'm trying to exude.
Yes, and also another thing that someone said too. This is Risa Lisa 988. Thank you so much for reacting to Love of Siloam 2. A great BL with great up-poom and all cast performance and very strong themes like family concept or the human trafficking. All the other BLs also really good. Thank you a lot.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
So we got a lot of comments regarding this episode, and I think, last week's episode. And I think we have to acknowledge that, yes, generally speaking, people want quality BLs. And this goes back to what I was saying before, that there's a way to listen to the fans, but also not lose yourself in the creative process, right? Like, we know what people want. If you're regurgitating and trying to remix something from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it may not land the same way because times are different. But if you're doing something that is relevant to the time, or if you do want to be nostalgic, because you could be nostalgic without remaking, like you could have a new series that might be based in the 90s, like Ticket to Heaven is based in the 90s.
But a Ticket to Heaven doesn't mean I have to buy a ticket to the fan meet.
Exactly. It just means I really love the show. I'm going to promote the show. All of that.
Yeah, I wish. Let's see. Let's see the end of promotions.
Also think of like Reset, also a period piece, right? Mostly, right? And it was a new story. So it doesn't mean that, let me remake something that was successful 30 years ago and think it's going to work today. Instead, if I want to go back to 1960 something, make a new series based in the 1960s, like Shine, like Love in the Moonlight.
Love in the Moonlight.
Like, you know, we got stuff that can work.
Because we fight.
Oh, stop.
We fight. We love.
We shine.
And that's a pool.
And with that said, y'all, it is time for us to go. Thank you so much for listening to RyCanTopMyKnee. Make sure to like and subscribe before I go ahead and put a knee in your pond.
Ooh, I hope the Rye in your life tosses a pond down your empty knee cap.
Okay, Wig.
I hope it clocks the knee. Clock that knee, mama.
Okay, Wig. Good night. Good night, Wig.
Bye, Wig.
Bye, Wig.